Makluba, which means upside down, is a traditional Central Asian dish that consists of rice, meat, and vegetables, which are all cooked in an amazing, spicy, and aromatic broth and are served at various occasions and festivals. So let's dive right into our video itself. So let's first make the masala. For this we need 10 cardamoms, 1 inch piece of cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of coriander seeds and 1 teaspoon of fennel seeds. And now we have to grind this really well. Now for the chicken marinade, I have taken 1 kilogram of chicken. You can take any pieces that you prefer. And to marinate, the spices that we will be using today are 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 1.5 tablespoon of roast curry powder, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, and 1 tablespoon of salt. And we are using 2 big limes squeezed well today. In a traditional biryani, curd is used, but in makluba we will be using lime as the tenderizing agent for the meat. So now let's mix all our spices and lime really well with the chicken. So how makluba differs from a traditional biryani is that it has vegetables in it. So today I'll be taking 2 brinjals. I'll be using 4 big onions, though I'm showing only 1 here. And then 4 potatoes. And then I have taken about 200 to 300 grams of cauliflower here. You have to soak it in hot water with a little bit of salt. Then 2 carrots and 2 tomatoes. So the choice of vegetables is completely yours. You can even use ash plantains or anything. So you can cut the vegetables in any shapes that you prefer, just as long as they are quite thin so that they will get cooked really well with the rice. Next, we will shallow fry all our vegetables. Keep adding oil as it dries out, and shallow fry all your vegetables until they are all golden brown in color. They don't have to be fully cooked through, just golden brown color on the outside, because we will be cooking them with the rice as well. Let's make our gravy now. For this, I have taken 3 large onions chopped really well, and you can fry it in either oil or ghee or butter according to your preference. And once they become golden brown, I'm adding in 10 cloves of chopped garlic and 2-inch piece of ginger chopped really well. Next, we will add in all our homemade spices together along with a bay leaf or biryani leaf. You can even add about 2 to 3 bay leaves if you prefer. Next, I'm adding 3 tomatoes that are chopped finely. Mix them really well and let the tomatoes cook really well, because they are the ones that give that acidity to our biryani. Once the tomatoes cook well, we can add in our marinated chicken. And add spices according to your taste. So in here I am adding an extra 2 to 3 teaspoons of chili powder and more salt, about 2 teaspoons again. You can even add more garam masala or roast chicken powder at this point. Mix this really well. and add about 2 cups of water and let this chicken come to a boil really well. You can cook the chicken for about 15 minutes. At this point, taste your curry and see it should be extremely salty, spicy and sour, because then once we add the rice only, it will come to the normal taste. So then what we are going to do next is we are actually going to remove all our chicken pieces, because we are going to cook our rice in this broth. So the rice we'll be using today is basmati rice, 500 grams. And I've kept it soaked in water for about 15 to 20 minutes. Next I'm going to add in this basmati rice. So let's get into the mathematics of cooking rice. For each cup of basmati rice, you will need 1.5 cups of water. We have already added 2 cups of water to our chicken, so we'll need to add about 1 to 2 cups of water extra while cooking the rice. So this amount will differ at different times. So because of that, the best is to keep watching your rice as it cooks. Make sure you cook it in a low heat, because you don't want the bottom of the rice to burn, and make sure that your rice is cooked up to about 90%. The maximum amount of water you'll need is about an extra 2 cups other than the water we added into the gravy. You have to cook it through completely. Keep adding water as the water decreases. This is about halfway cooked rice. So in this gap, we will start arranging all our vegetables. For this, I have taken a large rice cooker actually. The capacity of this rice cooker is 2 liters. So make sure that it's a tall vessel, because we are making this for 500 grams of rice and 1 kilogram of chicken. So make sure it's a bowl enough to put all your rice in, because we are going to put the rice in this and turn it upside down. So what I'm doing here is I am placing all the vegetables. You can arrange it in any order you like, but remember that this is the one that will come, this is the part that will come on the top. So if you want it to look glamorous, you will have to arrange it in such a way. So I'm just arranging the potatoes and the brinjals in the outer ring, and then the cauliflower, and then it's totally up to you. So out of this chicken, I'm just making a small well in the middle of the vegetables and placing a few pieces of chicken in the middle, and then on the sides also, so that the chicken will also be visible to the outside when we turn this upside down. And at this point, I am seasoning my vegetables with salt and chili powder. If you want to season your vegetables beforehand, then you can season it before cooking as well. Now I have stacked up all of my vegetables and the chicken. While you're doing this, make sure you check your rice from time to time if it's cooked properly. It should be at least 90% cooked, so that when we place this again on the cooker to let it cook with the vegetables, along with the vegetables and chicken, it will be fully cooked. Let's go take a look at our rice now. So your rice should look like this now. It's almost cooked, like it's almost completely cooked. Fluff up the rice, and now we have to nicely place the rice. If it is properly cooked only, it will get compact, like one big cake sort of thing. So make sure that it's cooked properly. And now we'll stack up all our rice and cook it on a low heat for 15 minutes. And now turn it upside down, and voila! Here is our makluba. It is ready and it looks extremely pretty. You can cook this at any festival you like. Decorate the top with more caramelized onions if you like. You can serve this just as it is, or if you are a fan of raita, maybe you can serve it with that as well. But this alone can be eaten as well, because it has the vegetables, the chicken and everything in it. So let's break it open. I'm sorry about that piece of chicken that fell on the table. So yeah, this is our makluba. Cook it at any festive event or anything, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Bon appetit!